Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you a palette from a brand that I have not talked about on this channel yet, and I'm really excited to start talking about them. And they are Nomad Cosmetics. Yay! And the palette that I am bringing to you guys is their new Berlin Underground palette. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. So let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members. In case you are not familiar with me yet, my name is Leah Garrett, and I am a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I am a makeup enthusiast, not a makeup artist. I am also a plus-size beauty and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you want to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below where you can check out. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this palette and this brand. Nomad Cosmetics, they are an indie brand that I have heard about, I want to say for probably about 8 months to a year now. And I found them on Instagram, and I've always wanted to try them out. They released a palette called the Antilles palette, I believe it's called, and that one was all fun, bright colors, and I never got around to getting it. I think it's still available though. I never got around to getting it because every time I went to go get it, something else came out and just kind of like pushed that to the back burner, and I felt so bad, and I was just like, oh, I'm a terrible reviewer. Okay, so this brand is a husband and wife team. They started the brand in 2015, and basically their brand is all about world travel. They did travel a lot together in parts of the US and in Europe, and they just have like this overall theme of capturing beauty from different places of the world, because of course, you know, what's beautiful here is totally different somewhere else. So I really like the aesthetic of this brand and how they want to bring out beauty from all over across the globe. So with that being said, we are going to dive into this new Berlin Underground palette. Alrighty, so I did get to purchase this bad boy, and let me tell you something. When I saw sneak peeks of this on Instagram, my inner punk rock was like, oh my god, I have to get this palette. I mean, even with the first shade that was released as a sneak peek, I was like, oh my god, I love it. Not just the color, but what is imprinted in the pan, and I will show you in just a minute. I did order this, and when I ordered it, they gave me a nice postcard, and it says, thank you so much for your order. We hope you'll love your new Nomad goodies. Enjoy. Thank you, Felicia and Auntie, or Felice and Auntie. I can't read. Felice and Auntie Nomad co-founders, and those are the husband and wife team. So I really like, and it says to Melissa, Virginia Beach, Virginia. I do like how they have that little touch there, and then they underlined Berlin because that is the theme of this palette. So yeah, Antilles was the first one that, I wonder if this is like going to tell us what's next. Or it might be the products that they have. So yeah, like I said, when I first saw this, my inner punk rock just screamed. Like it had a mosh pit because of how excited I was. Let's go ahead and read the story on the back. It says, for 28 years, a subculture of resistance and opposition grew in a city divided. Politics, art, and music all intersected for the rebellious youth fighting against the establishment. Not presidents, prime ministers, or monarchs could make the difference. In the end, it was from humanity that the wall was built and the wall came down. The wall meaning the Berlin Wall. I want to say I can't remember how old I was when the Berlin Wall came down. But I know I was really young. I'm really showing my age here. But that was a great moment in history when the Berlin Wall did come down, and this eyeshadow palette is based on the underground scene from when the Berlin Wall came down. Now, about the palette. It says, intense eyeshadows formulated with extra fine pigments for a fierce color payoff. Infused with hemp seed oil to help energize and nourish skin. 15 alternative shades inspired by the rebellious underground culture of the Berlin before and after the wall. So, Not only is this brand cruelty free, but this palette right here is vegan. So for all my vegan lovers out there, you need to pick this up. So let's see what she looks like inside. Ta-da! Look how gorgeous she is. I love like the punk rock grittiness of this palette, and that's why when I saw it, I was like, the day it comes out, I gotta get it. I just love the aesthetic of this palette. The colors are great. I don't have a palette with this kind of color scheme, and this is really unique to me. So as you see, I have already used it. I did a look, the look I did for my last video for the Pandora's box I made with this palette, and it is just so awesome. I love it. The reason why I was telling you my inner, I'm trying to find a pan where you can see it because I've used it up. Why my punk rock soul had a mosh pit was because in the imprint of these pans is a skeleton with a mohawk. I'm trying to show one because, like I said, I've been using it. I don't know if you guys can see it, because that's the logo for Nomad Cosmetics right there. I don't know if you guys can see them because I've been using them. So, but yeah, it has a skull with a mohawk in it. I'll insert a picture right here as to what it looks like, since mine's messed up because I've been using it. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and start swatching. All right, now, some of these names are in German, and I may botch them up because we all know I can't even pronounce words in English all that well. So, let's go ahead and start swatching. You do have, 15 shades. They do range from mattes to satins to metallics, and there is one glitter shade right here, which is this one down here. There are only 2 matte shades, but they're like a matte satin, but they're really nice. And then there are a lot of satins in this palette, and then there are metallic shades as well. But like I said, there's only one glitter shade, and it's this one right here. So let's go ahead and go across this first row right here. We have Kreuzberg, SO36, The Wall, East Side Gallery, and Tekkno. And Tekkno is spelled Tekkno. And these feel like so amazing. I mean, my imprint's going away. And that is what they look like on my fingers. I do have a Kreuzberg on my lid. I used East Side Gallery, which is this one right here. This is East Side Gallery. I did use that on top of my transition color. And I combined Tekkno with another shade to deepen up my crease. So let's go ahead and swatch them. There's no primer on my hand as always, and we'll do one swipe swatches. That is what they look like. They are really gorgeous. You do get some kickback because these are more satin metallic shades, and satin metallic shades do tend to have a more chunkier kickback than what mattes do. East Side Gallery is really buildable. It is so beautiful. It is a beautiful like gray satin that just blends out beautifully. But those are those shades. So pretty. Today we are taking swatches off with the NYX micellar water. I have so much micellar water over here, guys. It's not even funny. Y'all would be like, well, so how many makeup removers do you actually need? I'd be like, lots. The next row we have is NDW, Helden, Poor But Sexy. I like that name. Takelis or Tuckless, I don't know. and Love Parade. I used Tacolis on my in my look in the last video, and it was really nice. It was a little bit patchy at first, but I was able to build it up and blend it out really well. And Tacolis is one of the matte shades in this palette. I do have NDW on my lid. Make sure my hands dry. You see what I mean? It is cool. It is a little bit patchy, but you can build it up. It is a gorgeous color, though. NDW does kind of look like it's a matte satin. It looks more matte than satin, but it worked beautifully. And I used, what shade is this? I used Love Parade in my last video, and that just so gorgeous. Let's see if we can build up Poor But Sexy. Make sure I got the right one. Oh yeah. And for the last row, we have, this is the one row that's going to kick my butt. We have Douche Punk, Chaos Stage. This one, I don't know how to pronounce. I'll pop it at the bottom of the screen. It is Oranenstrom, I think. Yensa and Klubnacht. I didn't take German in high school. I took Spanish and I barely passed that. So and this shade right here that I can't pronounce, this burnt orange shade, is a matte as well. Is one of the two mattes. One of the two mattes. They say on the site that there's only two, but NDW could pass as a matte. That is what they look like. I did use Klubnacht with Tekkno. I combined the two. I just dipped in Klubnacht, and then I dipped in Tekkno, and then used it to deepen up my crease. And I'll show you guys my look in a minute. You do get some kickback with that burnt orange shade. And look at this black. Look how pigmented that is. This shade is a little bit patchy, but you are able to build it up and blend it out. So pretty. This black shade is amazing. It does have glitter in it, but it looks like it's one of those shades where if you blend it enough, that glitter is going to go away. But if you like pack it on, the glitter is going to stay. But that black is gorgeous. And this is the look that I came out with today. Pretty cool. I am going to clean up my hand, take these swatches off, and now I'm going to show you footage of me applying the shadows while making this look. Okay, let's talk about my thoughts on this palette. You guys should already know I love this palette. It is so great. It is, oh, and here they do have a mirror too. Hey guys, how's it going? It is, they are really pigmented, really buttery, easy to blend. My only wish is that I wish they had maybe one more matte as a base or a transition shade. More of a transition shade than a base shade. I have just been using my Too Faced Matte Chocolate Chip to use as my base in transition. But I think it could have used one more matte shade to be a transition shade. But other than that, it is a beautiful palette and it is so worth it. I highly recommend that you guys get this. I actually want to try more from their brand, and I actually do want to try their Antilles palette. This palette right here costs $37. Like I said, it is well worth every penny. This brand is cruelty free. This particular palette is vegan, like I stated earlier. You just get 15 beautiful shades that they're just amazing. I was like blown away when I used this for Friday or Tuesday's video. I was blown away, and I love it. There's no more words I can say than I love it. I will put the information down in the description bar on where you can purchase the palette and their Instagram and whatnot. So yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to pick up your Piper and Poppy Melissa Leah Garrett collaboration set, as well as your Texas House of Glitters and Melissa Leah Garrett glitter palette collaboration. That information will be in the description bar down as well. And yeah, as always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Melissa Leah Garrett, on Snapchat as Melissa Leah 1223, and on Instagram as Melissa Leah Garrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget to share this channel out to everyone as well. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell, because unfortunately YouTube was destined to make that bell a thing. That way you know when I'm posting, even though we all know I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. I love you all so much, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye! I just love this palette. I love it. I love this palette. I love this look. The lip is nice. Yeah. Fix my camera. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. I still cannot get over this highlight. Every time I use it, I'm all like, oh. Ponytail crooked. Oi, 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 oi. Now I just want to go listen to punk rock music and mosh around my house.